Alright, we've reached the next gate on our journey back. Dale Airfield, dedicated to Roger Pickford. Alright, I'll show you a bit of the airfield actually. There's like the sort of foundation, if you like, of an old building here, which I've come across. And I think this had to do with the airfield. I'll have to actually do some research and look it up online. But yeah, that's probably like the admin offices or something like that at the airfield, who knows. There's still like old wiring sticking out of that one pipe there. This is just the foundation. It's not very deep, the concrete's collapsed a bit on that. And then we have a whole lot of concrete here, which is the airfield itself. I thought this was possibly an airfield that was still in operation, because it's on Google Maps, Dale Airfield, but my guess is it was from the Second World War. It is quite big. That's basically the end of the runway there, the main runway. It's like in an A shape, like most airfields. So I'll show you now. This is what looks like it was the main runway. So just imagine the Second World War. There were probably aircraft, military aircraft, taking off from here directly towards the sea. So that's the main runway by the looks of it. And there's a road carries on the other side of that. And then there's other sort of subsidiary taxiways and runways and stuff. I don't know, if you look on Google Maps, Dale Airfield, you'll see what I mean. It's like in a sort of A shape. I'll see if I can actually check it on Google Maps now on my phone. Hang on a second. Bear with me just 1 second. I'll see if I can show it to you. So there it is there, Dale Airfield. So I'm guessing that's the main runway, and then there's two other runways, kind of in an A shape. Or is that, no, that might be the main runway. Yeah, it could be the one that runs parallel to the coast. But anyway, that's the old Dale Airfield. I'll have a look now on the internet and see if there's any other information I can find out about it. It'd be interesting to see. Like I say, I was under the impression that it was a working airfield, because looking on Google Maps there's a gate with a no entry sign, private and all that, but the coastal path goes straight past it. No fences or nothing like that. There's a lot of sheep around, judging by the amount of droppings. And here we have a bench, which when we got here earlier it was raining, it was drizzling. We had to dry it first before we sat down. This is dedicated to Joshua, whoever that is. So thank you to Joshua for allowing us to sit on your bench and enjoy the view of Marlowe's Sands. So going to take a break here, and then it is onwards again. Just looking back at the beach where we came from, Marlowe's Sands, and we're continuing along the coastal path. There's the old runway and some side part of it there. Still got Stockholm Island in the background there. Seems like we see that wherever we are, even when we're at our place. We can see it from there, I'm pretty sure. Right, so onwards with our journey. Well, that was quite the climb. Here, there's another part of the airfield. This must have been like a sort of dispersal hangar or something like that, just a guess. But I see where that embankment is. The runway goes all the way across. So, if you want to do it the lazy way on flat terrain, follow the runway. Then you don't have to climb up and down hills like that. Unless you want the exercise, of course. There we go, looking out to sea. A lot of concrete out here. So onwards to Westdale Beach. Well, I was just curious to see what this was in the distance. That's a giant tree trunk, or part of one, in the middle of this concrete, which is part of the airfield. How the hell that got here, who knows? I was wondering what the hell it was. So still got the main sort of, I think it's runway or road, not sure now. Let's go have a look and see what actually is it. Runway, road. It's a pretty big airfield, I tell you what. It goes on for a bit. I'm going to have to research this and see what squadrons were posted here and so on. It'd be interesting to know. Yeah, to me this looks like it was the main sort of runway. Still got some tar on it as well, whereas the rest of this, all the tarmac's worn off it. It sort of dips upwards on that side. That's mad, isn't it? So, I'm just wondering whether we can get back by going that way. Would that be easier, or carry on following the coastal path? I think that gentleman that was talking to me earlier has caught us up again. He's turned around and come back. So, onwards we go.